look at all of us together at what happened today. Let's just take a look at the campaign trail today. First of all, Governor Palin, then Senator McCain, then Senator Obama. Let's look at all what they're pushing, because you'll notice there's a common thread here.
Our opponent, he still can't acknowledge the coming victory in Iraq. And he couldn't just yesterday, even in an interview. He said he's for change, but in Iraq, change happened. And that's a great thing for America, Senator.
We're going to win this election, and let me offer an advance warning to the old big spending, do nothing, me first, country second, Washington crowd. Change is coming. Change is coming. Change is coming.
I mean, you can't just make stuff up.
Well, of course, Michelle, he acts like Obama, Senator Obama, that we're not stupid. We're not going to fall for this. But what I see happening in this campaign is a brilliant switcheroo. From the question, is it time for change, a new administration to come in after 8 years of Republican rule, to who do you like? Do you like Michelle and Barack Obama, or do you like this new pair here? They're almost running as a pair. Not a marital pair, but a pair. Yeah. Where she's offering herself up as not quite first lady, but something like that. She's going to be in the White House. Well, it's a very interesting thing they're doing here. Do you like this woman from out in Alaska? Do you like this guy from the south side of Chicago? To me, it's a who, not a what question, and I think it's smart, but I'm not sure I like it.
It is smart. I mean, you know, Barack Obama coined the phrase change, but we heard it from Governor Palin last week. We've heard it from John McCain over and over and over again. And what we do realize coming with this election is that no matter who is elected, change is coming. Yeah. You know, McCain is right when he says that, and it is a matter of who do you want. He and Sarah Palin now are billed as the Mavericks, and Barack Obama and his wife are billed as something completely different. I don't know exactly what terminology to use for how the Republican...
Urban. Urban was a safe
the Republicans
way to put it. Urban and ethnic in big city. Cosmopolitan. But Krista, it seems to me that the use of the word community organizer is almost like a bullwhip. Rudy Giuliani used it. He's not exactly light-handed when it comes to this stuff. He can be heavy-handed. He giggled about the phrase community organizer. Are they saying that Barack Obama is Al Sharpton? Is that what they're saying? Is that what the real brand they're trying to put him is?
I think there's definitely, especially with that community organizer line, there is a certain dog whistle politics element to it. It's a little bit of a way of saying wink, wink, remember he is actually African American. And it's a way of suggesting a strongly leftist agenda. You know, which community are you organizing? What are you organizing that community to do? So I think you're absolutely right. And I think, you know, the change message that we heard from Sarah Palin and John McCain is only step one for them. Step two for them is to say, okay, we're going to change things too. We're the outsiders, not the insiders. But what they're also saying is, aren't we a little more like you than these Democrats? Wouldn't you rather hang out with us?
You know, I look at them. I look at John McCain, a little older than me. I look at Governor Palin, much younger. I look at one of those 5 o'clock anchor teams, 4 o'clock anchor teams, where the older guy's been at the station for 30 years, and the new person is a woman. And they team them up that way. Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff going on here that's more than just who's my vice president. Because vice presidents aren't going to do much unless they have to take over, and they don't want to talk about that possibility. But this, what do you make of this? This who factor. Do you want this couple, or do you want Barack and Michelle in there?
Well,
we got to come back. I want you to think about that. I'm sorry. I've just been told we got to break. But this is, to me, the cleverest move they've ever pulled, which is the switch from what do you want to who do you want. Maybe it's fair if all's fair. We'll be back with the Roundtable. You're watching Hardball, only on MSNBC. We're back with the Roundtable for more of the politics. But Krista, Freeland, I want you to respond first to this new ABC Washington Post poll just out tonight compared to 2 weeks ago. Look at this. 2 weeks ago, Barack Obama was up by 6. Now he's only up by 1. What do you make of it?
I think it's really bad news for the Democrats. I think that the Republican convention did much better for the Republicans than a lot of the Democrats would have believed. And I do think we have to put a lot of this down to the Sarah Palin effect, both in the impact she individually is having and in what it has allowed McCain and the Republicans to say about themselves, that they're mavericks, that they're outsiders, and shifting the debate back to the culture wars, which is an arena in which historically the Republicans have won.
Yeah, I referred to it as Baked Alaska when we started, because it's kind of a confection. It's a brilliant way to shift the attention from most voters vote the outs out, or the ins out and the outs in after 8 years.
Yes.
Change that to who do you like?
Yeah.
Who do you feel comfortable with? Well, I feel more comfortable with that woman from Alaska than I do from this Democrat crowd.
Well, and they might feel more comfortable with that woman from Alaska than with Senator McCain. I mean, this is definitely the Palin effect. Her speech last week was absolutely brilliant. She did a great job. She energized the Republican base. John McCain could not have gone into the month of November without having the Republican base unified. They're unified, they're energized, they're excited. I would have expected this kind of a bump coming out of the Republican convention. The question will be how long can they sustain it and what is going to happen in the over the next few weeks. Every poll is just a snapshot in time.
Krista, do you think it's a trend or a bump? I think it might be a trend. I think they might be onto something. What do you think? Quickly, trend or bump?
I think it could be a trend, and what the Democrats have to do is make this an economy-stupid election.
They got to get back to objective facts. Personalities could lose it for them. Krista Freeland, thank you. Michelle Bernard, join us again tomorrow night at 5 and 7 Eastern for more Hardball.